The French Left Alliance wins the races, stunned by the extreme right. Members accumulate during a political race night rally, following the principal aftereffects of the second round of France's authoritative decisions at the Put de la Republique in Paris on Sunday. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Paris after the shock of French President Emmanuel Macron's choice to call early races last month. One more amazement showed up for French citizens as the surveys shut on Sunday evening. The extreme right Public Party, RN, didn't get most of parliamentary seats that the surveyors had anticipated. It wasn't close by anyone's standards. With elector turnout at its most noteworthy rate in over 40 years, starting evaluations recommended that most of seats would go to the new famous Front, NFP, a left-wing alliance that immediately combined only days after Macron reported that regulative decisions would be held place. The desire of individuals should be totally regarded. Liberal pioneer Jean-Luc Mélenchon told a horde of many allies in northern Paris on Sunday evening, pronouncing the outcomes a triumph for the recently shaped coalition. What's more, adding that the outcome showed the nation's resonating dismissal of a super-traditional government. "Our can have obviously dismissed the worst situation imaginable," he said. This evening, the public meeting is a long way from having a flat-out larger part. The primary outcomes placed the radical NFP with the biggest number of seats, yet without the outright greater part important to oversee. Macron's moderate gathering alliance is in runner-up, and the super-right RN in third spot. Eventual outcomes are not normal until the early long periods of Monday morning, yet with no party accomplishing a flat-out greater part, the country's future remaining parts dubious. State head Gabriel Attal declared his abdication about an hour after the outcomes came in on Sunday night, and Macron will be feeling the squeeze to name somebody from the NFP alliance. The races, wherein a turnout of 67.1% was recorded, the most noteworthy in over 40 years, highlight an all-out dismissal of an extreme right government. Indeed, even as the RN made the main additions in the party's set of experiences, its mission has been corrupted by allegations of bigotry and hostile anti-Semitism. At the RN constituent base in eastern Paris, allies watched in shock and mistrust as the underlying figures showed up on a Goliath TV screen. "I'm extraordinarily frustrated, however a majority-rule government has spoken," Jocelyn Cousin, a 19-year-old RN ally, told NPR Minutes after the main outcomes were reported. "I surmise individuals are as yet scared of the misleading satirized picture that RN has gone through years attempting to scatter," he said. Piles of celebratory champagne glasses were scarcely contacted as the group immediately scattered. Party pioneer Marine Le Pen was no place to be seen. All things considered, she sent her young protege and party president, Jordan Bardella, 28, to give a serious discourse recognizing the party's disheartening outcomes. Tragically, this evening's disreputable unions have denied the French nation of a legislative issues of recuperation, she said, adding that the party's battle for power was nowhere near finished, like never before. "The public assembly epitomizes the main other option, and the French public will stay firm. We don't need power for the good of force, but instead give it back to the French public."